I'm gonna be honest. XO 2018 was probably so that I even got a catchy catchphrase for this video. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to cue the music. What's up, new subscribers? DemiGodReviews here. XO 2018 just happened. The big Xbox event that was supposed to be happening in November, where they were supposed to bring some announcements, some things coming to Game Pass, and announce a studio acquisition too. And it just went down in Mexico City. I just watched it live on Twitch, and it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly about XO 2018. So let's start with the good. The good, they have 16 games hitting Game Pass. Some old, some new, some that's in between. Kicking off the show with PUBG winning Game Pass was actually a pretty good thing to happen. I think that was actually a great pull-in for people to come and play, a great pull-in for people to try out PUBG completely, which I think that's, kicking off a show like that is actually pretty good. Even though it's kind of more of those high-action stakes trailer that they always seem to do for PUBG, it wasn't bad. PUBG, Thomas Was Alone, Agents of Mayhem, one brand new game from Robert Kirkman, and a couple other mix of titles that's new and old coming to Game Pass. 16 titles, which I think is a pretty big ordeal. So far that's the good. You know, Game Pass is getting a lot of love. Then you got a bunch of backwards compatibility getting a lot of love. You have Final Fantasy 13-2 and Lightning Returns hitting backwards compatibility. You have the original Crackdown for free. You have Civilization Revolution hitting backwards compatibility and getting an update. It's a bunch of backwards compatibility love in the show, and it's really showing it off a lot, that I think was a great ordeal for it. And I truly appreciate the fact that they are showing more love to backwards compatibility, even though they've been showing us some love. I enjoy the fact that it's all coming to backwards compatibility, especially Final Fantasy 13. That's a series I don't think anybody really got the chance to fully play on 360 like that, so why not? It was also announced that a bunch of Final Fantasies are coming to Xbox. 7, 9, 10, 10-2, 12, and World of Final Fantasy just hit not too long ago. That is superb. I enjoy the stuff that Square Enix is putting on the table for Xbox users, so why not? That's actually a pretty big ordeal, and this shows that they finally showed off some Crackdown multiplayer. Not enough per se, but they actually showed off something. The game was looking immaculate. The destruction was actually looking pretty fun. The game actually looked pretty fun. I was astonished, like, whoa, okay. We finally get to see what they've been delaying for so long. Even though I'm kind of looking at it in a fence of it's good and it's bad. We waited so long to see what it's like, but the destruction looks so damn good, and I'm leaning more towards it being good than bad. Another good is that they finally announced the studio acquisitions in Exile Studios or Productions, the people who made the Wasteland games, which is basically just another Fallout in a sense. And they announced the Obsidian acquisition, finally, which is something everybody knew that was going to happen, but they were too sure. The rumors were speculating, so the speculation, a lot of things going on, a lot of guessing, but they finally announced it. Obsidian Games, or Obsidian Studios, and In Exile Productions. In Exile is the curveball. Everybody thought it was going to be Studio MDHR, the makers of Cuphead, and a lot of other people were guessing like secondhand studios like Moon Studios, the creators of Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Ori and the Blind Forest, and people were just really expecting like somebody that Microsoft is more familiar with. Even I was expecting Studio MDHR because I felt like that was going to be a big pickup for them, especially with the success that Cuphead has had. But In Exile is different. You know, they picked up two beefy, two new RPG studios that was wonderful. I got to give it on the good side because that's amazing. Like, that's total grab that nobody expected. I felt like that was an acquisition that really solidified the deal. That really sold it completely. The acquisitions are actually pretty good because these guys are really like in depth about tabletop games and exploring the depths of a tabletop RPG, and it really is like exciting to see what they can create and what they're like, the possibilities of what they want to make, especially Obsidian with Pillars of Eternity, Fallout New Vegas, KOTOR. The things that they have done are great games, especially Stick of Truth. I love Stick of Truth. Those are amazing games, and to see what they can create with Microsoft, I'm ready to see what they do. I'm ready to see if they have the actual freedom to be who they are. Good for XO 2018 is the fact that not a lot of people are speaking about this or noticing what's currently going on in the indie side, especially ID and Xbox. But ID and Xbox has actually had one hell of a year. With all the indie games that they're dropping, that they're publishing, that they're pushing through, the games are actually pretty amazing, especially the ones that's looking like they're gonna hit Game Pass, with Thief of Thieves from Robert Kirkman, with Thomas Was Alone, The Void Bastards from the BioShock and System Shock developers, Pathologic 2. A lot of indie games are coming through and looking amazing. Then they showed off 3 indie games that really look cool. There was an Advance Wars looking title. There was a title where you had to escape from hell. And there was this really colorful, really vibrant, really beautiful looking indie game that had a really unique art design that not a lot of people are speaking about from XO18. And this side of gaming for Xbox is especially doing the right things, because those games are looking crisp, beautiful, talented, fluid, fleshed out, amazing stuff. And I'm really impressed by that. But we said this was the good, we said this was the bad, we said this was the ugly, and now it's time to get into the section of the bad. Let's start off with the bad. Let's kick it right off with this. Where's Ashen? Where's Ori and the Will of the Wisp? Hell, where's even that one game that they advertised the last night? Where are these games? Especially Ashen, since that's supposed to be coming out like at the end of this year. I understand like some developers need some time on their games or something, but Ashen just seems to not be where they want it to be right now. Or is it taking forever to really nail down what they want to nail down? Because at this point, it's just going from back and forth, like the color on my camera is currently doing, going back and forth, making me look grayer than bronzer, Seriously, where is that game? Where's those games? Where's DLC for Cuphead? Where's anything? Give me something. Let us know something. You finally have Crackdown multiplayer looking good. Where's the rest of the stuff that was promised? Right now, that's on the bad. The thing I gotta put on the bad list was the fact that we had an entire developer diary of Devil May Cry 5. Yes, I love the Japanese presence. Yes, I love the fact that you're actually getting something to represent you on Xbox. Cool. But we didn't need the entire developer diary of Devil May Cry 5 without any gameplay outside the training room. They could have showed us a trailer. They could have teased us with something. They could have showed us a little bit of gameplay with V, Dante, Nero, anybody. We didn't need a developer diary of what's currently going on, how they're living, how they're doing in Japan. Yes, it's cool to see, but that kind of stuff can go on the Xbox main page instead of being on the actual stage floor. And another thing, talking about Japanese presence, the gameplay of Jump Force, totally unneeded. Totally. I understand you guys want to show off like the closest thing that you can pull in like anime watchers or American anime watchers or people that just generally aren't into like subtle ways of anime. Cool. So you pick Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza and you just fling it against the wind showing us their designs or their transformations. Wonderful. Cool. All right. But that was an extended session of something that we really didn't need to see because we know they're going to go blue. That's Goku and Vegeta's thing. And we know Frieza's gonna go golden. That's Frieza's thing. What about Yugi? What about any more of your characters that we haven't actually gotten to get a full look at or a full see-through of yet? What about those characters? And going on another Japanese rant, because yes, while the Xbox does have the Japanese support, Kingdom Hearts 3, we get a premiere trailer. Game is looking immaculate, wonderful, beautiful. But with Final Fantasy being the forefront of what they were talking about really, and while they have legendary Final Fantasy games in the Xbox, which is totally mind-blowing right there, what about people who haven't played the Kingdom Hearts games on Xbox? What about the people who want to play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but yet they're excited for 3 on Xbox and they don't understand what's going on? While I'm excited for the Final Fantasy games to be hitting Xbox, I will be rebuying 10-2. Gotta chalk it up on the list, man. Kingdom Hearts 3 gets announced, and yet no Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 collection announcement for Xbox or Game Pass or anything like that, but you... Another one for the bad list. Lastly, for the bad, and I have to be honest here. I have to be truthful with you guys because you guys are my audience. I love you. You love me. Hopefully you love me. You did. Ouch. But I love you guys. But I gotta be truthful. Some of the stuff that they've shown could have just been announced in a tweet. I understand this is a big Xbox event. This is a bigger version of Inside Xbox. They've done XOs in the past before. Understandable. But some of this stuff, honest to God, some of this stuff could have been announced in a tweet and moved on. A lot of the Game Pass stuff, especially a lot of the Game Pass stuff, could have been announced in a tweet and kept it moving. They've done it before, they've done it plenty of times, and now it takes an entire event to, stretch out with Game Pass information. Which is cool, but trying to hold that hype in for certain things and certain reveals that people may or may not be hyped for, it's a different subject. But, that's the last one for the bad list. And talking about the list, I did say it was the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now it's time we get ugly, you hear me? Let's do it. Let's talk about the ugly. The ugly. The crowd. The crowd at XO18 was overhyped. And I mean overhyped for whatever reason. Like anything can set them off, and they're cheering. When the rep from Square Enix was on stage and he was talking about Kingdom Hearts 3, they was cheering for nothing. Nothing. I'm hyped for Kingdom Hearts. But if I can't understand what the guy is talking about, I'm not just gonna start belligerently hyping up and yelling. Whoa! None of that, bro. I don't understand what half of them were yelling for. They were talking about Jump Force, which is an understandable game to be hyped for. Cool. Hyped in. When they're talking about stuff for Game Pass, screaming in. When they were talking about Devil May Cry 5, when it was just a developer diary, they were hyped in. And I'm looking like, just how hyped can you be without knowing certain things? Even when the rep for Square Enix or the developer for Just Cause 4 was on stage, and he was explaining stuff and he was barely explaining things and just trying to get through it. They was hyped for that then. I was just like, nothing hype has happened yet. Nothing of a true note has happened to be that hype about. And I understand you're around good vibes, you're around great energy, you're around great people, cool. I've been hyped before, off just other people being hyped around me, but seriously? Really? Seriously? That hype? I haven't even been that hype. 2 PSXs, the first PSX, probably hype. Not that hype, but damn, those dudes were hype. So hyped that I can't even believe half of that was legitimate hype. It had to be something else on the back burner for them to be that hype. Literally. That's the only thing I gotta talk about. Oh my God. This one, the cringeworthy Black Friday ad that Major Nelson did. Listen, Major Nelson, I understand. You're part of Xbox, you do your thing. Respect, much love to it. Do what you gotta do. But when the ad like that is cringy, maybe that ain't it, Chief. I understand they're trying to go for the love and the family friendly thing and trying to be funny and humorous. It's like that one teacher who wants to be cool so bad but just can't get hip with the kids' lingo today. Very understandable. Very. But at the same time, if you just ain't got it, Chief, you just ain't got it, Chief. Don't force it. Don't force it. You ain't got it. You ain't got it. Major Nelson, I respect you. I'll let you do your thing. Cool. Whatever. But if you ain't got it, dog, don't force yourself to do it, dog. That ad was so cringeworthy for the Black Friday deals. So bad. I understand they're trying to probably make fun of an old car dealership or whatever, but that was cringe worthy. I sat at my work desk not like this, man. And Maybe would have melted with the white gloves, possibly, but that was horrible. The ugly thing I really have to chalk off here is that in the crowd, they gave a guy an Xbox One X. You're probably thinking, oh, Demi, what's wrong with that, bro? That they just giving away one of their consoles. Listen, they gave away an Xbox One X. No power cord, no controller, nothing to put it in, no holster, just a regular, out of the case, no cords, no HDMI, no nothing. Just a regular Xbox One X. Which I'm probably sure after the cameras went off or after the camera got off them, they probably gave him a kit, but why not just give him a kit or a console in the box with a special edition bundle that's gonna be on Black Friday for the kid and not just a regular Xbox One X. It's like handing people tacos without a plate or food without a plate or, you know, handing them a drink without a coaster or anything of the sort. You just don't do that, man. It looked weird. That's why it was off kilter. Like, really? You'd hand him an Xbox One X with no kit, no case, no bundle, nothing? Just a plain old Xbox One X? Does he have to get the accessories himself? Do y'all give them to him after the cameras roll off? What is the deal here? It was just so. What are you guys doing? And that's how it really looked. Just they really lacked what they wanted to do, and it really felt like they just was like putting things together. Like it was more so a bigger inside Xbox event than it was an actual XO or a big PSX or anything, any convention type of ordeal. It was more so inside Xbox on a massive stage rather than just inside Xbox, you know? That's what it really felt like. And I'm actually kind of disappointed that's the way it turned out. Yes, they have some good in there and there's some good games coming up, some good indies and stuff like that, but indies don't appeal to everybody. And honest to God, the show really did feel like it was like really trying to push more so, hey, get Game Pass, get Game Pass, get Game Pass. This is what's coming to Game Pass. This is what's hitting Game Pass, get Game Pass. More so pushing Game Pass than more so the people actually buying the actual games or wanting people to get the incentive of buying the actual games. So with that being said, XO 2018 is a 2.5 out of 5 for me. Wasn't that great of a show. Could have been way better than what it was. Like I said, it had some goods, but it also had some bads. It had some really moments also. That's all, Olympians. I thank you guys for coming on through, hearing my thoughts about XO 2018. What did you guys think of it? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Microsoft's pickups? How do you feel about the games going to Game Pass? How do you feel about certain things of the show? Tell me what is your favorite moment, your least favorite moment, and everything that you enjoyed and disliked about the show. Share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. And while you're here, hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. And both reoccurring users and new users, hit that notification bell icon to stay up to date with everything that I'm doing. No matter what it is, whether it's a review, let's play, discussion, game piece, or anything like that, come on through to the channel so you can stay updated with everything I do. And with that being said, folks, until next time and until the next video, well, tune in, turn up, and throw down. It's looking like a GG. And I'm out.